shake some.
Tumbeita the lunch.
Shake in to scape up my manji got go something to go chaka base to zongo to record my manji. I don't scap my manji. To mozaga lunch.
Yeah, Tuesday, you know, the like a day's galley.
That's what we do. Go to
Gloria. What was I given?
It's Women's Month. We're celebrating you.
Saturday lunch in Gloria.
You're my guest today.
Come on.
You are the guest today.
Thank you so much.
Because we want to celebrate you. It's the month of March, Women's Month.
Yes.
We celebrate women. That's what we're doing.
Thank you so much for considering me. Tango jaira kango celebrate abamo tisho kangana out so we are fellow women, we need to be celebrated.
Udachi pork, sausage.
Ngathi ngozanganiswa shese.
Ngozanganisa makhulayo.
Tikaitoka naka Sprite kanika tori bo.
All right, it's fine. We can go try. Sha, tipoka token timotamba zvedu game panapo. Timotamba zvedu game so that we play the game, right?
Yes.
But as we wait for the token, I want to find out from you, Vero. You know, as we're celebrating Women's Month, it's the month of March. Tell me your early days, like your personal life. Let's just go deep into it. Your personal life, who is Veronica and what? People token, one token.
Okay, you get to an age you go to Akuraga. You are even forgetting about your early childhood. But what I will tell you is Veronica is a second born in a family of 4. Well, to my mother we are 4, so I'm the second, 2 girls, 2 boys. Then to my dad, I think we're about 12, 13. More are still coming, you see. But being a second child in a family of 4, my elder brother was always the quietest. So Nanasi, I'm always referred to as the deputy parent, you know. So ndakakurira kuluveve, born and bred ndakatozvarwa paluveve clinic pa next in Tembeni.
My drink is here.
So I was born and bred in Luveve, attended Mafagela Primary School. Before then, my applications. I did my applications Evelyn Girls High, Townsend Girls High, and St. James Nyamaindlov. And then I get a place at Evelyn Girls High. Then all of a sudden my dad comes, and he knew 20 Zapa Girls High.
Why?
He preferred a mixed school. Because I think my elder brother, because he was at a boys' high, I think he wanted me to go to a mixed school. Maybe, I mean, socialization, we know how it is like. Because this was Takakurira in a very strict background, whereby we were never allowed to go outside the gate. So, Chikoro actually just 5 minutes.
The Chairo game home. The Chairo game. Chairo one game up to Mutamba. One you ate, which would set it up. So,
Kuchikoro was just 5 minutes away from my gate. So, go see Nakutuno, but near Pakutina, Kuchikoro, no, because right was one of Kuchikoro Panama.
Yes.
So, then that forced me to try my sport so that I can get more time.
Yeah.
So, I started playing baseball. Primary, I played baseball. Started playing baseball. Then around my grade 4, cover netball. So I then went into netball as well. So now I baseball and netball. She balances as she said. Then at grade 5, it was compulsory. At grade 5. My one's in Nasima 5A, Dimurgenda swimming.
You are around 5G.
Dandrum 5A. I grade 1A up to grade 7A. So grade 5A, Takwenda swimming. That's when I learned swimming. So at that point, I think my trainers know the potential. Ndakabandato stika ku netball. I became a regular ku netball, and then ku swimming. Grade 6, Nandato Amuluveve swimming club.
Wow.
I was swimming at club level in Shiruku primary. So I think that's when sports and me that relationship. So at home it was an excuse.
Okay.
Kuti ndishabuda makuseni njena wachikoro. 1 p.m. because tatina what sitting. 1 p.m. ndakudzokera kumba. 2 ndakubuda ndakwenda kupi kuma sports. So usually it was 2 to 4 ndichitraina netball. Then 4 to 6 ndaku swimming because actually paduse. So swimming was every day 4 to 6 p.m. Then those also go kumba. But still growing up mu setup yakadaro because wabuda agoka iwo kuti uri kusocialize uri kubhora nditi kana kuti uri kuswimming, but you don't really get to have that other social life, because even at that time trainer anenge ari strict, asi kutomboda kuona muchita zvina basa handiti waona. So I then grew up ndiri munhu asitorina kabond kemafriends kaikai handiti waona. Ndabva ipapo ndabva ndanzi you are not going to a girls high, ndabva ndaenda kwakwenda.
Pano pawedza.
Yes, Methodist school. I get kwakwenda, I don't even know how to speak Shona. I don't even know anyone at that school. So kungosvika uchingosiwa kuchikora. I think the first month or so, I don't want to lie, it was a very difficult time for me.
I can understand.
I felt abandoned. Andigonotaura Shona, I don't even know anyone here. Why are these guys leaving me here? So I think my first days angu, Form 1, Form 2.
Since you can't play this game, I'll be playing as you talk here.
Yes.
I'll play on my own, right?
So at that time, ndakambo face a lot of bullying kuchikoro. Because I was spoken to Shona, you can't even for you to report. So I remember very well my dorm prefect at that time, Ainziro Samgari. Ndaiti ndikatoita challenge ndabulliwa ku class nemunhu andogara naye mu same hostel. I had to find a way yekuti ndibude mclass mangu ndiende kuma form 4 so that I can just talk to Rosa and tell her kuti wona zvandiri kuitwa. Until she then set me down one day. Akandiudza that, you know what, this is high school, you need to stand up for yourself. If you don't defend yourself, ininoona ndiri form 4, I won't be here to
very
defend you.
Very soon I'll be leaving. Yeah.
That's when I then learned how to stand up for myself. But couldn't devise a way to stand for myself. I've never fought in my life, even so primary my grade 1 I do. So what I would do now, I decided to know regarding sports, so that I spend most of my time in sports. I went and joined basketball. Form 1. Now I'm going to decide that no man, netball that I want to do primary and chada. Let me go and try basketball. I went and played basketball the rest of my Form 1, Form 2, stopping the school team. And then all of a sudden, so I think she was actually looking for potential.
Oh yes.
Basketball, pinpoint at about 3. I want you to come. Netball. My inter-house. So we did my inter-house in Form 2. From then onwards, I would make it into the first team, Form 2, Form 4. To an extent, when I then got even lower 6, upper 6, one actually thought that I'm manipulating age in you see, because I was that popular about on netball until that opened a team National and East. So this was one of the first groups that gatanga kuita my
national competitions.
Yes.
Yeah.
Ndishitamba netball until one. So then from there, you know, my parents said, look at it was all about either you become a teacher or you become a nurse. And you see. So for me, nursing, I actually went for my interviews and passed, got the place, Pachtunguza General.
What about nursing?
Yes.
Huh?
At that time,
swimming, netball,
I was
everything.
a jack of all trades. So at that time, my dad had also retired. So he had also retired. And the fact some of his siblings were in Harare. So tata kuita tishuya kwa Harare. So that's how I then got a nursing sport Pachtunguza General Hospital. But then, even up to now at this age, I'm not a fan of the hospital environment. So I just decided to know, man, in as much as Nawana Jimboga, but I'm not going to do this. I would rather go into
it was
teaching.
Not in your blood, not in your DNA.
I would rather go to teaching. So I went to Belvedere Teachers College. I got the place, high school teacher. But I could train.
Teacher.
Now the difference now is high school you are dealing with one almost same age because remember that was straight from high school.
Yeah.
Teaching. I trained by Belvedere teachers. Vatambo pinda field, and then I just decided no.
So why don't schema? I
suddenly decided no man. In any teaching, I was not in a passion young. Because even in high school, I was that person who could I'm playing netball, but in the kutamba netball because my netball games I couldn't opera. The shingo peza kutamba netball, I would go to football pitch and watch football. Kananda fuma tennis, I would go and watch tennis. From there, I got back to the hostel. ndogara pasi ndotanga kukunyorera story.
Okay, yeah, yes, I'm
zvinhu zvandaona handitowaona. On Monday, every day, on every Monday, pa-assembly, taitova netime yema-journalists, tatine journalism club. So I would go and give
so I would
go and give a report of my sports atambwa per weekend. That's when I knew I think I have something in me, writing. That is, I've got a bit of a passion in writing. So ndangofunga kuti teaching, this is just not me. Vana veku high school neomne makaenzana at that time. So I felt kuti I will never have an impact panapa. Vana ava vambofa vakaita se vakanditeerera because of my age.
Mind you, I'm just playing this game on my own, so I can hit any ball I want. She's not playing. Okay, let's hear the story.
So now ndakangofunga pa holiday ye first term year yemna April year. I just decided to no. Next time I'm not going back.
Just like that.
I was no longer interested. My mind was just telling me to track intake journalism. Just go for journalism.
That's what you always wanted.
Yes. So that was April. May I did not go back. June there was a journalism intake Kukosa College. I went for that intake. I was in the same class Nana Milton Nyabanga, Star FM.
Oh yes.
Yes. So I was in that same class Nana Milton. We trained. That's 2016. Then 2017 ndichipedza ndikatomboenda attachment ku PR. And then one of my classmates calls me, uchiri kuda zvokuya ku newsroom, because I had that age kuda kungoona kuti mu newsroom, life in newsroom inofamba sei, what happens in the newsroom. Though deep down ndaizviti ndoda kuzonyatsoita PR. So he calls me, uchiri kuda zve attachment, bandati yes, zvikanzi zimpepa ziri kutora chi vanhu attachment, just come. So when I was still in college, ndaimbonyora ma stories, short stories, ndichipa Charles Mushinga, he was still the editor with the bridge. So nansa ndambomona in person, but taingotaura pa phone ndichimupa ma stories. So now I come looking for attachment. Ndaenda ku Sunday Mail, chikanza for now we are not taking, but chingosiya chi CV rako.
Yeah.
Then I decided kuti no man, neka kamuka frustration kake, at that time you are still immature, urukungofunga kuti ndichangopinda ndotongonzi izvezvi chitouya. So I decided kuti ndikandienda mu H Metro newsroom ndinoona Charles Mushinga. I go there. Those chalenda vakuzotsvaga chi attachment. Then Charles was like, you know what, Veronica, the quality of my stories awaindipa uri ku college. I highly recommend kuti your Sunday Mail staff.
Wow.
Go to Sunday Mail. If they said they don't have a spot, just leave your CV there. I know very soon they are going to call you. If you don't get anything Sunday Mail, you go to Herald. You can get something there. Then kana zvazoramba, you come to tabloid. But iwe, I think you are a caliber where someone you present to me like someone who can write, who can tackle my issue, real issues, big issues, and that is fine. So I go home, ndangosiya my CV. A week later, I get a call, come to Sunday Mail. That's how I ended up at Sunday Mail.
Okay, so I'm just looking at your narration of how everything all started. You tried swimming, you tried netball, you tried teaching, you tried nursing, you ended up being in journalism. What's the inspiration? Where did you get that inspiration from?
What I will tell you, Tinashe, is since my primary school days, I was very good in English compared to any other subject.
So you felt that I might as well be a writer?
Yes. English, I wrote English in June, did O level. I got a straight A. I wrote English, I wrote Bible knowledge, I wrote
Bible knowledge, do you use BK?
Yes, BK.
Nice.
So I wrote those 3 subjects in June, get an A and 2 Bs, and then said to myself, November, patosarangoti ndishidze dzimwe 2 kapa. So zvinhu zvangu zvitori bhopa napo. But the I had already nailed that English, I felt kuti anything to do with English ndokwangu chaiko. Then come November, I did the other subjects, tikatoitoma B ku maths. So when I applied to Belvedere teachers, my application was I want to be a maths teacher because I enjoyed maths at that time.
Okay.
But then right vakangoona une A ku practical subject, the first option was for them to give you a practical subject because my practicals aishaya vanhu. Remember practical subject like training yavo was 5 years compared to my academics angari ema 3 nema 2 years. So ndo chimwe chinhu chakabva chatondifrustrata kuti instead of giving me maths dzangu dzandiri kuda dze 2 years, you are giving me 5 years dzeku practical simply because I've got an A ku practical. So I knew right from primary school kuti I've got that ke English. So in as much as I was not good with spoken English, but written ndandiri right. So zvakandipa that confidence dzekuti let me just go and try journalism. After all, I loved reading newspapers, so I think I can try this.
But having joined, it was now the Sunday Mail, right?
Yes.
You now have joined the Sunday Mail, and you are now in the field that you have said I've always wanted to be in.
Yes.
What are some of the challenges that you have encountered?
Yeah.
Being a woman in a newsroom, because we could hear more of the male names,
yes,
and the male voices around.
I think the major challenge handizive kuti vamwe vanosangana nayo here kana kuti ini ndindega ndakasangana nayo zvekungofila kuti I'm a lady. Maybe there are some spaces that I shouldn't be just because I'm a lady. I should let males take the lead. In Indosara ndiri kupi ndiri kumashure and so on. So the thing now is, in me coming into the newsroom, I knew deep down that I'm a sports person, but I could not openly express that nichipinda newsroom because I felt that the professional sports field ndereva rume not for cards. So when I got into the newsroom, I went to the news desk nikatanga kunyora news. I remember my first story yanga iri Harare City Council. I wrote it based on a statement rangarabuditswa. They were seeking borrowing powers from the residents. So I did a story. Tushamuska story katobuda.
What on a byline by?
Yes. That time news editor ku Sunday Mail, I think he was the deputy news editor. News editor was Maurice Mkwate, deputy news editor was Levi Mkarati. So Levi, IT, when you come as an intern, when he's editing your story for the first week or the second week, anokushedza kuti uyagara pasi, and then he takes you
together,
paragraph by paragraph. You were supposed to do this, this and that. Next week I don't expect to see the same mistakes. So he took me, Karapasi. Even though you don't appear to me like a raw writer. Wakambonyora stories here.
Chirungu chache imuna Juni chakubuda man.
Plus chakuzobatirwa na Charles Mushinga pama stories aya and so on. Then I told him pandaimbonyora stories at the bridge, and then the name became familiar kwa Hari, and he was like, this story is good. Just next week kana wakunonyora ugadzirise zvakati nezvakati nezvakati nezvakati. The second week my story was on education. Roma days akauya new curriculum, Minister of Education. Yes. No, it was before Yemakala. Yakaunzwa na pana time yanadokora here. So some of the schools were having challenges adopting that new curriculum. Wachiti ma teachers edu ana utombotrainwa. Saka havasikutoziva kuti wait a say I did that story. After doing that story, it came out on page 2. That particular story. I was called by Maurice Mkwati. The time yakabve anopinda minister Mavima news office. Then Maurice calls me, you know what? The story you did was very good. I want you to focus more on the education bit from now onwards. Story education, you are the point person. So this week teach a story yakati. I want you to go to office kwa minister Mavima unotaura now. Do you know, I called the office kwa minister Mavima and the minister is busy. I called again later in the day, so the minister is busy. Apa news editor vaninge vachiuya
that story
out. Iwo rungonzi is busy. And then I decided man end of day that no, I'm not going to call again. What I'm going to do is ndakwenda ikoko. I went there pa ambassador hotel. Ndanangosvika ndati ndinokona minister. Chikanzi minister very busy. It was around 5 p.m. Chikanzi very busy vatori meeting that it's okay, I'm going to wait for him. I got into office ya Minister Mavima kuma around 7:10. Vapedza meeting yavo ndakangogara. And he was like, kubva time yandaudzwa kunzi pane mwana wakuSunday Mail akakumirira iwe ngocha akagara. Ndati yes, kanzo fine, let me talk to you. I did about a 13 minutes conversation naye. I was recording my interview. When I came back the following morning, ndichiudza Maurice kuti I had a 13-minute conversation with the minister. He was surprised. The story came out as the top story per page 2 foot. The following week ndadzoka kunewsroom ndanzi naLevi Mkarati, I'm changing you. You are not going to write news anymore. You are going to the religion desk. That's when I started working closely with Fatima Bula. So now the fortunate part was that Fatima Bula angabva ku sports desk achienda ku religion desk. Inini deep down I'm a sports person.
That's where you want to go.
Ku religion desk. So I was not open with her kuti inini deep down I'm a sports person. But then I enjoyed my narrations of my experiences eku sports department. So now I got to understand kuti saka ku sports ukoko zvinofamba so when you are a lady, these are some of the challenges that you encounter. I spent I think a year or two ndishonyora religion. Weekend ndotoenda kunotamba netball. I was playing professional netball by then, but people in the newsroom did not know about that. I made sure kuti vanhu havazvizive. So weekend I would go and play my games angu.
So you now that you are in the newsroom full time and all these challenges, today the editor is changing you from this bit to another bit. How then did you finally see yourself in the sports bit?
It was just fun, you know. If you know the now popular blogger Makomborero Mtimkulu.
Marco Gold.
Yes, Marco Gold. He was the sports editor then. So he gets an assignment yekwenda ku Chakari ku Kadoma. So these were old students. Zepa Downey Mine High School, secondary school. Vatoda coverage. Then Marco Gold calls me ganzi. We are pan vanhu kutoenda nawo kukadoma over the weekend. Vadoda kunoita zvavo zvavada kunoita zvokunodoneta mauniforms nechichi former school yavo. So I say yes. Then Saturday tatobva taenda kupi kuChakari nevanhu vaivai vatosvika kwekwe. So the program yavo yange iri yekuadopta vana vechikoro. So each former learner aiadopta mwana wake one.
Okay.
Wachatengera mauniforms, wachabhadharira school fees kusvika apedza chikoro. So after that, Nadonat, all right, this is a news story. Then I just asked one of them, but when I got my grounds are dilapidated. Do you guys have any plans? Because we know very well Kutivana Nema Sports Vanotomada, even as much as Vachida Shechkor. Then one of the guys say the president with that group. But no, we plan Kutitizo where teacher say to know Gadisama go posts, Chotenga Mabora, Nechichi, we just come and what and donate. But that's what no story guy. I come back. I write a news story, when I submit a news desk. I write a sports story and then I submit it to Kunamako. And then he comes to me. He comes to my desk. She comes, I a story Indian. And I are you a sports person? But that yes, I play netball. She comes into Kushaya Vaskana Vema sports desk. Muskana, you would pan up wonder shako. So the following week, quite accreditation you PSL. Marco, he was the editor. He did a recommendation. Fortunately, that accreditation came. League reached PSL. I remember very well the first game Randaga in the squad no cover. It was Black Rhinos versus FC Platinum Mrufaro. So no was there kuchikoro. Yes, you understand kuti football nanengo achipasirana arifana kubatwa nemaoko chichi, but kuti unyatsonzwisisa kuti a proper match report ndofana uzonyora sei because ndingozi ati kuna keeper ari kugate kune ma defender, but kuti unyatsoziva kuti zvinhu zvichafamba sei.
Pana ports.
Yes, I went there. Vandangosvika vandatoona bhora. I get the score line. Ndovandango I decided kuti most of my story is going to capture the atmosphere nezvichataurwa nema coach rather than the proper match report blow by blow. So I come back, I write the story, I give him, and then he comes to kwa iwe kozvaunotori neidea yekutoita sei yekutoziva kuti zvinhu izvi zvinofamba sei. So that was week 1. Then week 2, week 3, that was the time when Lloyd Mtasa was rejoining Dynamos after Ambo was suspended, I think, for 2-3 weeks. So, upon return, Marco Gold comes to me, guns. I want to throw you into the deep end. Nasin Doruno cover Dynamos. And then he says to Langton Nyakwenda, if you know him, a senior sports reporter, Langton, Nasu Kenda Uneri game, Dynamos Kurkenda Chi, Kurkenda Oyu. I go. So he said, dakuti ugare waudza photographer, because the tradition was Dynamos after every game vanoenda kuVietnam stand, they salute the Vietnam stand. So I want you to talk to the photographer aende kunotaimira that shot Lloyd Mtasa upon his return going to salute the Vietnam stand. Ndataura na photographer Bobo, ndatoenda paipai, I do my match report. Game richingopera, I'm noticing that Lloyd Mtasa is not going to the Vietnam stand. He's walking back to the to kukuya kuzoita my interviews.
And that's an instruction that you got from the editor.
Yes, right.
I want that picture.
Yes. So now, Lloyd Mtasa comes, we do the post-match interviews, and then I say, Coach, salute the Vietnam stand. Why? I don't owe them anything. Remember when I got suspended, it was because of those people. So for today, for me to be at peace, I felt I don't want to interact with them. That was the story that I did.
Wow. But you know what, Vero, for us to be at peace, we have to celebrate you as a woman, because it is the month of March, and we at Game On with Bolabet, we appreciate working with a woman like you, who is also one of the renowned writers in Zimbabwe when it comes to issues of journalism, particularly in sport and any other bit that you do. We truly appreciate you. That's why Tamboguti Timboita say, at peace with you here at Chongwe Corner. Tomorrow, Zeduganyama, Timbo Kula Kula, so ante Timonojiga. So welcome back to Game On with Bolabet Zimbabwe. Today we are just out celebrating one of our own. It's the Women's Month, and we are here at Jongwe Corner as we're celebrating Women's Month. We're celebrating Vero in Zimbabwe Sports, Veronica Gwaze, one of the renowned sports journalists, and any other bit that you can ask her to go, she can do it and she can tackle it out. So Vero, lunch, Goma serious. Yeah, yes. Tongorochi kanyama chingo taura zvedu ega chingoro zvedu kakula I guess it's almost. So celebrating women, it means a lot, because they play a part that sometimes people never thought that women can be in those circles. That's why we have brought in Vero today to celebrate her as a sports journalist. All right, so Vero, as we enjoy some meat here, I want to hear from you, Vero. Kuma stadium wewe kunomboimbwa mamwe songs mamwe kuti kana ukaenda nomuwa wako munyarikani unogona kunyara, but you as a woman, you get there and you see people singing those songs loudly. How do you take them?
I think what I learned about journalism is awusi munhu wemutemo. And Pauri, you are not there to enforce anything. You are there to do your job as a journalist. Paint the picture. Konauruma Sports, Basaredu is to amplify that image of sports.
Yeah.
So you are going there to give people a picture of what is happening. In case Munarukumba, now to your game ready Dynamos Islanders. That's your job. Saka you get there, you shut out everything else. Because at the end of the day.
But my songs
but you just decide you are going to shut out that noise. Because even in Kumarain, we've got such characters, remember?
Yeah, true.
Kumabasa chaiko, titorinadzo dzimwe character. But iwewe ukazia zvawafambira, you just do your job.
But I would want to find out, this is the moment where we're celebrating you, we get to know more about you.
Yes.
I want to understand, what is it that one thing, or probably some of the things that people don't know about Veronica Gwaze? Yes, they see you on TV, they hear you on radio, they are seeing you right now on the podcast.
Yes.
But they want to know about you. Don't worry, the mic is off, so we can talk.
Okay. One thing about Veronica is I'm someone who is gifted mabasa maoko. I grew up na gogo, not gogo wangu, but gogo wa mama. We never had a maid kumba kwedu. Takarerwa na gogo wa mama. So all those stuff you need kwa grannies. I know how to knit. I do knitting. I knit my hats. most of the time. So pese paunondiona usually ndine mashinda angu. I do knitting. I then take my hetaya kana atwa 100 or more. I take ndomboendesa kuma children's home just to donate, just like that. So I love knitting. I just love giving. Kana ndine anything ndikaona kuti ndaona mumna have soft spot yekungobatsira hangu vanhu. I can do my domets.
Okay.
Ndinogona kugadzira rukukwe. My readmates aya. We were taught all that nagogo. I can do hair. Ndogona kuruka vanhu. Ndogona kugadzira vanhu musoro.
Rasta munoona kuti bateri.
I do everything. Retouch rasta chatombokusota retouch one day. So that's the other side of me. I also do art. People don't know about that.
Okay.
I've got a portfolio gumba. Art stuff yangu yandinoita. Ndikangofunga kuti nhasi ndoda kuita art. Ndogona kutobva kubasa, ndatopedza basa maybe na 6 or 7. I get home. When I feel the age to want to do art, I just get home and sit down. Ndototora portfolio rangu, I start sketching. I draw my cartoon. I draw a lot of stuff. Nditori ne portfolio kumba. Read that artwork.
Okay, just for your artwork.
Yes.
But let's get out of the field of play and something else that you do at home. You getting into the newsroom, like Bunema editors, sub-editors, and you name it.
Yes.
Who was your first editor?
Wow. My first editor is someone whom even today I still admire his writing. He actually did one piece, Yangaganzi, the wooded voucher looking from behind. So it's one of those stories, it's a good thing. When I'm, writing, there's a mood. There's a time that you feel I need to sit down and write. Even wakarara dzimongua, you just have that instinct yekukuti muka izvezvi. This intro yatongo ya mind. Na 2 a.m. you take your phone wakutotype ka intro ongo kachengeta kuma drafts. So that's Mabasa Sasa. He did the story yangakanzi the wooded voucher looking from behind.
Oh, Mabasa Sasa.
Yeah. So even up to today, when I want to get in the mood of writing, I sit down and open that story ndomboverenga for inspiration.
Noona kuti ina ntenderere kai namba dzake nditori nadzo mira tibve tatongomufonera timbonyatsonzwa his side of the story.
Okay.
Hello, Mr. Sasa, how are you? Right, and you're speaking to Tinashe Chikuse on Game On with Bolabet podcast.
Yes.
Yeah, thank you so much. It is the month of March and we are celebrating women, and one of my co-hosts is Veronica Gwaze, and she says you were the first editor wake mu newsroom. We just want to hear from you. I want to hear it from the host's mouth. Tell us more about her.
What in particular would you want to know? Anything specific or what?
We just want to hear from you. You're seeing this young lady coming into this newsroom, and you've got the renowned names already in the newsroom. And when you look at her walking into the newsroom, what came into your mind?
Right. Really, at that time when she came, if I'm not mistaken, it's around 2014 or 2015.
2017.
Our newsroom was really dominated by guys, and we were trying to make a deliberate effort to have more women writing in the paper. I remember we got some complaints from some people that our paper was rather aggressive, too masculine. So when we had people like Veronica coming in, we really saw it as an opportunity to infuse more feminine qualities, so to speak, in our reporting. And she fit right in. I remember we first tried to have her on the features desk to be writing features, and she took to that quite well. She was a very good writer of features, and I guess that's why it's no surprise why she ended up in sport, because sport really is the beat for people who know how to write, people who can write. I mean, you're talking of an area where you are telling people about a sports result that they know about. How do you write about such a thing? You're telling people something they know about already. It takes a certain amount of talent, a certain flair to be able to write like that. And she has done quite well. She's confident, quietly confident. She doesn't throw herself around. But when she starts working on something, from the very first days, it looked like she was someone who had been writing for years. Very good writer, very confident, pleasant to be around, knows exactly what she wants, and she goes after it.
Mm-hmm. But when you look at, like you said, she had all the qualities that you were looking at when you're looking at a journalist in the newsroom. Any weaknesses that you would say these were some of the weaknesses as Veronica?
Yes, I once caught her watching Tom and Jerry during work hours.
Tom and Jerry.
Yeah, she knows it.
And what was the reaction and your reaction as well?
Well, the thing is, it's always easier to deal with such things when it comes from someone who enjoys their work, who does their work well. You know, it's something you can easily laugh off and carry on. It's not like she was a laggard, she was laid back and all that. She worked hard. So yeah, you know, it was. I guess part of me was just happy to see her having a good time. But yeah, hey, Tom and Jerry.
In the middle of the newsroom.
Yeah.
So when you look at her now, considering that she went through your hands at an early stage of her career, do you feel you contributed enough to where she is today, or you feel pane pamwe pamakatomita let down that you could have done more?
If I had been any better at my job, I would have told her to go to television much earlier. You know, from the first time I saw her on television, I was pleasantly surprised. Because, you know, she was generally a quiet person. I don't know about now, but she was generally a quiet person, and I never thought really that she could stand in front of a camera and, you know, get into, like, you know, for football, for instance. In Zimbabwe, you get very few women reporting on football, analyzing football, commenting on football. And, you know, it's something that I just never picked. I think, yeah, in that regard, I guess I let her down. It's something she should really have gotten into much sooner.
Mm-hmm. And now that she is there, I guess to you, from your end on your couch watching her on TV, you feel, yes, she is actually as if she knew that I've always wanted her to be on TV.
Yeah, you know, it's one of those situations where you start telling people, because I know that girl. You know, and people look at you like, what if? Yeah, it's always a proud moment to see her on TV holding her own. She does a very good job.
But you spoke about the issue to say the newsroom was mainly male dominated. Hazvina kumbomuintimidata here paakatanga kuuya mu newsroom?
You know, that is the surprising thing. She, as a quiet person, you know, we thought that, yeah, she would be intimidated, but she's the one who actually used to come forward. Her and there was another lady, Deborah Matap, insistent on going for the traditionally hard beats, so to speak. You know, areas that were usually dominated by male journalists. They wanted to write politics. Now she's writing sports. And, you know, so I don't think I ever got a sense of her being intimidated or anything. She really held her own. She has established herself. She established herself quite quickly, and she has really held her own.
It is the month of March, and we're celebrating women. What word would you want to give out to Veronica and all other ladies out there in their different spheres of work?
Well, really, I come more from of course, I believe in the need for affirmative action in some aspects of our society, but really I come more from the viewpoint that if you're a professional, you're a professional. It doesn't matter whether you're male or female. We shouldn't think that men can do this better than women. And people like Veronica prove that. If you were to read what Veronica writes, without her byline there, would you be able to tell it's a man or a woman? She's professional, and I think that is the most important thing. Obviously, it is something that should, and I hope does, inspire other women to hold their own in any professional setting.
Okay. We say thank you so much for that testimony that you have given out as the first editor of Vero Newsroom. Try around to speak to them, and so we continue to celebrate Veronica Gwaze. This is Game On with Bolabet Zimbabwe. Prove you know the game. Welcome back to Game On with Bolabet Zimbabwe. We are now joined by Mr. Howard Musonza, who is the group head of sports for Zim Papers. Mr. Musonza, thank you so much for being with us. Good to see you.
The pleasure is all mine.
Thank you.
How are you?
I'm doing great.
Great.
Yeah. So how is the sporting field?
Look, we're trying to push in this new era where you're seeing a lot of new media springing up. There are a lot of bloggers. There are a lot of shows that are coming up, podcasts and all, and everybody has got something to say.
Yeah.
So for us, coming from an established media house, we have to do things to stay relevant.
True. You, as the head of group head of sports for Zim Papers, you have worked with Vero. Tell us more about you. We were celebrating here in the month of March.
Look, it's good to have women in the newsroom, especially in sport, because a lot of people tend to shy away from that bit. Number one, there are a lot of stories that come well in the night. So women, especially those who are married, tend to shy away because, of course, there's somebody at home. But I would urge women just to come in, because it's very enterprising, it's very exciting. There's space for women. Not only, them covering women-related sport, but even the men-dominated sport as well. But coming to Veronica, she has really done well. I think she's a role model, especially for aspiring girls out there. They need to take a cue from Veronica, because anything that you set her to do, she does it really well. She's actually one of our top writers. Our desk has got very few women. I think we've got about 4 women on our desk. You want to, look at the number of men that are there. But I am really chuffed by what she has done. What we are doing now is in Papers Sport. You are not only coming to be on radio, you are not only coming to write. We are looking for a wholesome somebody. Borrowing a term from cricket, we are looking for an all-rounder. We give you something to do on television, you have to do it. We ask you to write a story that goes in the newspaper, you have to do it. So Veronica has really done well. She was print-centric, but now she has ventured into the enchanted, territory for her, like in broadcasting. She's been on radio, she's been on TV, she's a pundit on our premier football show, The Couch. But over and above, I think she has really done well.
What would you say are some of her weaknesses? Because we want to celebrate her, at the same time get to understand her and get to know her more.
Okay, her weaknesses are not really weaknesses per se, because she's quick to raise her hand. I can do this. Yeah, if you ask in the newsroom, can we have somebody to do this? She's quick. Can I do this?
All right.
But now that turns out to be a strength, because if I'm looking for somebody to do radio, to do TV, and to do print at the same time, the first person that I'll go to is Veronica. So maybe a weakness again, she's a perfectionist. She wants whatever she's doing, she really wants it to be perfect.
I know you've got so many stories that she has done, and do you mind to share with us one that you'd say this kind of story is one story that she did and you really saw we've got a star in journalism?
So the moment I took over the role that I'm in right now, it's been a year and some months. So I was working with her because she came to me, look, there is this thing going on in Zimbabwe netball. I don't know how to approach it. because there were some issues to do with maladministration, misappropriation of funds. It was a bit difficult to do. So we sat down and I told her, look, let's approach it this way. So she went, she did the story. So we kind of serialized it because we did it in 3 parts. So she did the first one and we put it in the Sunday Mail. Right. We did a follow-up because we were seeing a lot of people now interested in the story. We did a follow-up and it got the attention of the Sports and Recreation Commission. They called the Zimbabwe Netball and they were trying now to sort the things that were happening in Zimbabwe Netball. We did the 3rd part. So it was complete, the 3 parts, and I think it culminated in one of the leaders then, she's still there, she got suspended while they were trying to see what was really going on. But we were happy because we got so much attention because of that 3-part series that we did. And I think she won an award from the Anti-Corruption Commission. She got an award because of that story. So yeah,
investigative journalism.
Exactly, that's it. That's the term, investigative. And she did it so well. So I'm really proud when you see, you know, the people that you're also working with getting awards like that. Yeah, I think kudos to her. She really puts in the work.
Just your parting words. What would you like to say to Veronica today?
Look, I think for Veronica, she has set the bar really high for a lot of women, and she's not afraid. She's a go-getter. So I think for her, she just needs to keep on keeping on, because in this industry that we are in, you can't tell yourself that I've arrived, because every day we are learning new things every day. So for her, keep on doing what you're doing, research, look at what other people are doing, especially in broadcasting. There are a lot of podcasts that are coming up, and on radio there's a lot that's also coming up. So she needs to stay ahead of the game. I think that's
just lastly, is the group head of sport for Zim Papers. We've got colleges that are training journalists right now, varipo vasikana vari kutoitawo journalism right now, aspiring to be in the same newsroom. What word would you want to give them?
It's an exciting environment. It's an exciting career prospect to follow. So not really, doesn't pay much, but if you do it well, you enjoy it and you get something out of it. So I know there are a lot of aspiring ladies out there who want to get into this. Let's get on with it. Come in, will shape you to be the person that you're meant to be. Yeah.
Thank you so much. We are not going to take much of your time. We need to see the next copy of the paper in time. Thank you so much for talking to us. So we've been talking to Mr. Howard Musonza, who is the group head of sport for Zim Papers, sharing with us his experience of working with Veronica Gwaze, the one we are celebrating here on Game On with Bolabet Zimbabwe. Prove you know the game. This is Game On with Bolabet Zimbabwe, and of course we continue to celebrate women. This is the month of March and we get to celebrate one of our own, Veronica Gwaze, who is one of my co-hosts. But for today, namboenda naye out, gocha newsroom and what. Now I've decided to do my own thing without her knowing. I said goodbye to her. She doesn't even know that I've paid a visit to her best friend, Shelly Guni. What's up, Shelly? How are you?
What's up, Tinashe?
Right. Happy Women's Month.
Thank you so much.
Right?
Thank you.
So tell us, how long have you known Vero?
I would say 8 years.
Yeah.
8 years.
Munobonetsana?
Takatombonetsana
kakawanda.
Yeah.
How do you solve your problems, your issues? Unozomboita swallow your pride and you say, Vero, sorry. Cannot the issue will come to you and say, Shelly, I'm really sorry.
Sorry, basic.
All right, but how best can you describe her?
All right, so I think I can describe her in 3 words. Dedicated, passionate and fearless, especially fearless.
Akwate. Urukwata ere, ndikwate. Because is it because of nature yake kana kuti some of the stories they anokuudza cha toda kunonyora story yakati but yotanga iwe asikana so story yamuda kunyora.
No, not really. Okay, I can say kuti panozobuda mama stories acho ndopandinozoona kuti no munhu yaatya because vakawanda akanza sangana nesituation yakadaro yekuti pane story yakaita seiyoyo vakawanda vanokwanisa kusiya but iye unoona ainyora.
Anonyora. But looking at the sports journalism, it's normally a male-dominated field that we have seen. But of late, we've seen so many ladies coming up into play as well. Anna Veronica Gwaze, one of the renowned female sports journalists in Zimbabwe, with so many awards to her name.
It's very true.
Uchitaura naye chinhu chaanoti chaunoona here kuti seshamwari yako chinhu chaakatanga nekuda.
Okay, so she doesn't know this, right? And she asked me.
She doesn't know, and the camera is off.
All right. So, first time yangu kuziva nezvemunhu anonzi Veronica Gwaze was at college.
Okay.
She was my senior. I was, I think, part 1. So we're doing this module news gathering, and our lecturer came and was giving us an example of how we're going to do a certain project. So he came with a booklet with Veronica's stories. So pandakatora ndichiverenga that booklet, I saw some stories, very good stories, and my first impression was this person anogona kunyora, and we were at college. I was like, this person anogona kunyora. Unfortunately, she left college. Tisina mbovera takasangana.
Okay.
Takazotanga kutozivana 2018.
What had happened kuti muzozivana?
I don't really know, but anokati kazongosangana. Anokati Veronica Gwaze, I'm like, Vero.
Yeah, you at some point the case started which
Takatoti anozvizere kuti munhu angatombori role model yangu chiti munhu anonyora singaiti. So when I was like, oh, okay.
Well, what is it that you see in her that you'd say, I see a good friend?
Basically, she's just a good person. Not everyone. We are not perfect.
Yeah, true.
She has her own flaws. I have my own flaws. But deep inside, you could just tell, no, this person is a good person.
The camera is off now. This is between me and you.
She enjoys just quiet places, not so loud.
Yeah.
Maybe mukaenda naye out, you'd think kuti munhu yaasi kuenjoya zviri kuitika panapa.
But anenge achitofara.
Anenge achitofara.
Autofadaye.
Anenge achitofadaye. I think Vero, maybe vanhu vakawanda havanyatsomunzwisisa because she seems like a hard person. Haasekerere zvekumhanya. Haadi zvinhu zvisina nebasa.
But mukusasekerera, it does not mean kuti akatsamwa.
Anenge asina kutombotsamwa. Ndopandinozoti zvonizvo, this person ukazogara naye pasi, ukazonyatsotaura naye, unoona kuti no, this is a very good person.
Out of the 3 qualities that you spoke about that describe Vero,
yes,
what is that one thing that you'd say, my name is Shirley Guni, I've learned this from Veronica Gwaze?
Dedication.
Dedication.
Yes. Once she set goals on something, she makes sure that she achieves it. Once she tells you that I want to do this, the next thing uchanzwa achiti zvakazoitika. Yes.
So to other women out there, those who are also thinking right now to venture into journalism, particularly sports journalism like Vero, what advice would you give them?
I would say do it. Do it now. The industry is not as easy as people would think it is. But if you are dedicated, like I said, if you are passionate about it, especially sport, you can do and achieve greatness.
Are you also in the same field?
I am in the same field.
With sports?
Yes.
Because of Vero, inspiration, or you've always wanted to be as well?
Not really. I think Vero joined sports later on, after I had already started in the sport field. Yes.
So you support each other along the way?
We support each other along the way. We have traveled together for tournaments, national team stuff together, and I would say those are some of the best time that I have had with her.
All right, so thank you so much, Shelly Guni, for sharing an insight. It's something, this is between me and you. But she will be shocked to see this. But be that as it may, thank you so much for the time.
Thank you
we
so much.
Appreciate and happy Women's Month to you.
Thank you so much.
Sit back, relax, and celebrate yourself in everything, and celebrate other women as well who are also doing whatever they are doing in their different spheres of industry, wherever they are. This is Women's Month. That brings us to the end of this week's edition, episode 19 of Game On with Bolabet Zimbabwe. We were taking time to just say thank you and appreciating one of our own, Veronica Gwaze in Zimbabwe Sport. Until next week, have yourself a wonderful betting and sporting week. Prove you know the game. My name is Tinashe Chikuse. Bye for now.